Afternoon, soldiers. When people say, why should I trust you over what scientists are telling me, right? It's like, no, I am saying things, the way I explain things, I'm hoping that people are realizing that there are ways of knowing if things that are being said are true or they are false, right? This is how it started. How do you explain the light that's 8 billion years old that scientists have just found? And I went, no, they haven't. And then it came back. Why should I trust you over what they say? This is about the light thing, right? Now, let's do this. We have a light source, okay? Whether it's a star or this, right? It's all the same. So now, we have a light source, right? We're shining it down that way, okay? So, here's the light source, going that way. Now, about here, we have someone standing next to a tree and they are 100 meters away. Right, standing next to a tree. 100 meters. And then we've got somebody 2 k's away. Right? By a tree. Two kilometers. And then over here, we've got somebody else by a tree at 40 kilometers. Finally, somebody by a tree, and it's 15 kilometers. Right. This is it right here with light, okay? The light is on. This is a powerful torch, okay? When it's charged up at 100 meters away, if you put your hand up against a tree, right, you see a shadow. This would be powerful enough to put a shadow on that tree. Just, all right? And if it isn't, then let's just say it's 90, right? It doesn't matter. This is how this works. So he can see the light shining onto the tree from behind him and cast a shadow. He puts his hand on the tree, goes, yeah, I just about see shadow, right? Obviously, if he looks towards the source, of course, blind him. Not blind him, but you know. 2 kilometers away. Now, this person, if he puts his hand up against a tree, 2 kilometers, let's not be silly, he is not going to get a shadow, is he? He's not even going to see that the torch is shining on anything. If he had this flashlight to his back 2 k's away, pitch black, and he was with his back to it, looking at a tree in front of him, he would not know that there was a torch shining behind him, facing at him. If he turns around though, he can see the source, can't he? He can see the source, but he can't see anything from 2 kilometers away because the torch is now not powerful enough, all right? The guy that's at 14 kilometers away, I don't even know why we put the tree there, right? He can just about see the source when he's looking at it. Oh, I think I can see it. I think I can, not sure. To take all of that doubt away, we get somebody at 15 k's. He can't even see the source, right? So At 100 meters, everything's dandy. It's lighting up, shadows, all sorts. 2Ks, no. But if he looks towards the source, he can see it. This guy, forget the shadows, he can just about see the source. Another kilometer, gone. He cannot see it. Now this right here, it's here. This is it. This is why maybe you should believe me over what the scientists are telling you, because there can be no old light, right? Any light source that anybody sees is there. It's illogical to think that this guy who is too far away, see the source, that somehow, if he stays there for another 10 minutes, bing, because it's been traveling, right? It does not travel. You can see that right here. If it's going to reach you, it reaches you right away because you can see it, right? It's close enough that you can see it. It's bright enough, powerful enough that you can see it. If it wasn't as powerful, if it was just like a lighter, he wouldn't see it from there. Would he? He might see a lighter. But the bigger and more powerful the source, the further they'll see. If here we put a floodlight, one of the sports floodlights from the sports stadium, right? And we lit that up, all of a sudden, the people at 15 kilometers, the guy that couldn't see the smaller one, would go, yeah, how far do you want me to move back? Another 20 Ks, right? Because the source is bigger all of a sudden, more powerful. So it will get to the same stage again. He'll get to maybe, I don't know, thinking of when you come back from fishing from the reef, you're 30 miles out, you can see the lights at the beach and over the horizon, that kind of a thing. So 25, 50, 40 kilometers, let's say 50 kilometers, right? So all of a sudden, this tree is 50 kilometers, right? And he can see the spotlights, the big sports stadium type spotlights at 50 kilometers. But then, when it gets down to the nitty gritty, maybe at 52 we call it, at 51 he's like in between. I think I can see something. We take him to 52 kilometers, and he can't see the spotlights anymore, right? Now again, when is this light going to start traveling? It's right here again. It does not travel. It doesn't travel, right? You can either see it or you can't. It doesn't travel on its own. It's illogical. And you could go up to the size of a star. It makes no difference. But Proxima Centauri, we can see it, but if we moved away from it, the distance again, it will get to the stage where you cannot see it. That's it. Its light will never reach you, right? Because it doesn't travel. It travels at absolute speed at the very beginning. Bang! That's it. There is no travel time after that. You can either see it or you can't. That's it. But you feel free to believe them over logic and common sense, because that is what this is. There is no calculator involved, is there? There's no hypothetical particles, there's no theories with hypothetical particles, there's nothing. It's pure common sense. You know how you do it? Because we've got a flashlight and we can work out that at a distance it's going to disappear, but it's not going to catch up with me, ever. It will only go so far. Light is absolute. It does not travel without a source, right? If Proxima Centauri went out when you were looking at it, it would just disappear in front of your very eyes. Slam dunk. It would disappear in front of your very eyes. If somebody parked a big spaceship in front of Proxima Centauri, it was in between us and Proxima. a big spaceship, right? But closer to the Proxima Centauri side, what do you think is going to happen? That someone's going to park a spaceship up in front of it? Just coincidence, didn't mean to block the light. Coincidence, boom. What do you think is going to happen? That as soon as the spaceship gets in between, that when he cuts the light out, that the light's going to continue. The light that's still there before he put the spaceship there is just going to continue for 4.2 light years, and then go boop, disappear. This is anti-common sense, right? This is the crazy thing. If somebody parked a big enough spaceship in front of Proxima Centauri, up on that side, right? It was massive. Boom, it'd go out straight away. And if it kept on where it was anchored in the middle, in space, and it moved a little bit in the wind, right? And it let a little bit of light through. If you were looking at it with a telescope, you'd see that light. Oh, there's a boat moving. It would not take light years or minutes even. You see it instantly. It's light. If you see a light in the night sky, it's there in the flesh. It's proven with this. If you can't work that out, man, they've done a number on people. They really have. All right, peeps, I hope that helps.